Wait, come back. There, you found me. It's Mitch's Fake Radio. Hey, Happy New Year. Or Happy last year. Happy 2019. It's almost done. Man, what a heck of a year. Hi, my name is Mitch Gill, and this is my podcast. It's called Mitch's Fake Radio. Yeah, if that's the one thing about podcasts is there's no way you're just going to be like scrolling up and down the internet and then hey, let's listen to this stupid podcast. This is great. But no, I do appreciate you tuning in. This is episode 19. That means a year and a half plus one. That's a lot of podcasts to be coming up with completely useless creative.
You're locked into 60 minutes of nonstop action-packed back-to-back Mitch. Nothing but Mitch all hour long. 60 solid minutes of nonstop Mitch. Only on Mitch's Fake Radio.
I lip sync along with that now. I lip sync the whole thing. We should get video of me lip syncing it and then maybe put that on the interweb. That would be cool. But I appreciate you tuning in. Man, this episode is jam-packed with nonsense. We're going to talk about creativity later. Bernie Cumstain. There's actually, I do a little shopping and I run into Bernie. And so that's going to be fun. Mitch's kitchen, cooking something really good this time around. Just lots of stuff to play for you tonight. It's going to be fun. Not to mention, I have a comedy show coming up tomorrow night at the Brentwood right here in Caro. Pretty excited about that. Tony is handing me the flyer. That's the sound effect of a flyer in my hand. And that's a good producer right there. He knows when to hand shit to me, and I appreciate that. So, yeah, it's really fun. It's going to be a great show. I'll talk more about that in a little bit. So I'm glad you tuned in to check out today's program. Just to talk about it for the heck of it, yesterday or the day before, I heard a little bit about the TED Radio Hour on NPR. It's a real good radio show that goes along with TED Talks. And Sting was on it. And he talked about breaking his writer's block that lasted for 8 years. That's a long writer's block. What he did is he went back and he visited his hometown, which one end of the town was a shipbuilding yard and the other end was a coal mine. So it's not a very exciting place to be. But in his stay, he started writing songs. I mean, like almost throwing up songs that were in full from start to finish. They just busted out of him. And he's got a whole new album of these songs from that visit in his hometown. So I guess what I'm saying is listen to that TED Talk with Sting. Very interesting. And he sings a couple songs a cappella. And in a really heavy dialect, brogue, English, Scottish brogue. It's pretty cool. And I think you could appreciate it, especially if you have writer's block or a creative slump, Change of venue. Tony's agreeing with me that you got to change your scenery and do something different. Go to different corners of the internet to see different things and stretch your creative mind, bend it, and you can get back to writing or doing whatever it is if there's something that's blocking you from doing that laundry, do something creative. And next thing you know, you're folding socks. I fold my socks. I don't fold them. I bundle them. I fold my underwear. I do the tri-fold. I do the double fold on top. And then I fold the ball sack. I fold that up to the top of the ass crack. Then I stack them. And it's a very nice, needy, tidy, whitey pile of underwear. They're not white anymore. I graduated because I couldn't do white anymore. About 15 years ago, my brand new ex-wife said, you got to get off the tidy whities, man. You got to go with colors. So I did. I've got turquoise. I have red. I have blue. I have a nice black pair. They looked new as they did the day I got them. The nice thing about those, you can't see any there, no debris at all on those underwear. Debrief. And okay, so that's about it with that talk about Sting. So check out his TED Talk. It's pretty easy. I just Googled it, and there's actually 2 TED Talks with Sting that pop up. So get the most recent one. About ready? Okay. We've got good stuff coming up. Stick around. I have more good stuff on the way. So yeah, hit it.
So, your boss is a dick? What are you going to do about it? Try listening to Mitch's Fake Radio.
Oh, my God. Boy, what a packed show. I got so much stuff to get to tonight. And not only I've got Mitch's Fake Radio tonight, I have Mitch Gill's Get a Room Comedy Club tomorrow night. I mean, we already talked about the show, but I'm so jacked about that. It's just a very full schedule. And then I got to meet this guy at Speedway to sell him tickets tonight. He said he can only meet in the 8 o'clock hour. I don't know how the heck I'm going to get over there. He's a smart dude because he's bringing 8 friends from work. They're getting a whole table. And I told him, you're going to be a genius after you turn your friends onto the show because they've never been before. They're going to go, why didn't you tell us about this? He'll say, I have been telling you. You just haven't been going. How am I going to get... Hey, Haringe, how's it going?
Hey, Mitch, how's it going?
I'm good, buddy.
I had to stop by because I forgot.
Oh, what'd you forget?
Coatique with innocence burner.
This thing?
I got it when I went on
Where'd you get
a retreat in Hawaii.
It doesn't look that innocent to me.
It was really
Incest?
It's an innocence burner.
Doesn't look innocent.
No, innocence.
What?
You're being a very insensible about this.
Dude,
I
there's
just made a joke.
there's nothing funny about incest.
I didn't say incest. I said incense. Incense.
Oh, yeah, the stuff you burn.
Yes.
Hey, Haringe, listen, you want to do me a favor?
I don't think so. The last time you asked me to do you a favor, you had me running your show.
You know what? Funny you should say that because speaking of shows, I've got Mitch Gill's Get a Room Comedy Club tomorrow night.
Oh,
remember?
yeah. I was thinking about
And
going.
anyhow, I've got to meet a guy at Speedway and sell him 8 tickets.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, well, if you could just pop into the control seat here and just run it for maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes, I can be right back here.
You better just listen to me. You've got a podcast that runs once a month. It's only 1 hour long, and you can't be here for the whole thing. What is the matter with you?
I gotta sell these tickets, man. If I don't sell tickets to this show, then it's not successful, and I'll quit. I'll quit having the shows.
Oh, yeah, that's a real dick move if you ask me, Mitch. You got to nut up or shut up here, and you just got to put those shows on for the people.
Okay, well, I need your help. So will you do it?
You got to listen to me, Mitch.
Okay.
You need to run this podcast like a business, okay? You're going to have to buckle down, and you got to focus.
Okay.
Because you can't run a podcast like you run a podcast.
Okay. All right, so will you do it?
Were you not even listening to me? All right, I'm not going to do it this one time.
Thank
I want you to go get in your little minivan and run off at the Speedway or wherever the hell you have to go to sell these 8 tickets.
Thanks.
And listen, I got to
What?
get a little something on the back end of this.
What?
I'm thinking about maybe $2 a ticket or something like that for
$2.
Haringe. I put it into my little coffer so I can buy incense and stuff like that.
That's like $16, man. Where are you getting your incense? I got a supplier in Bay City. I can get it for a nickel a stick.
You buy incense for a nickel a stick? Well, what kind of crap are you burning?
Listen, dude, my house smells good. It smells like a hooker's staff meeting.
You
in
have a
there.
prostitute?
But listen, bro, I appreciate you doing this. I'm going to be back in,
just call-
10 minutes, 15 minutes tops.
Did you just call me bro?
Oh, yeah.
Don't ever call Haringe bro.
Dude, I am so sorry.
And don't ever call Haringe a dude.
Thanks, Sport. I'll see you whenever.
You said it 10 minutes. God damn it. Okay. So I'm a Haringe filling in for Mitch on a Mitch's Fake Radio podcast that happens once a month. So I'm going to fill in. Here we go. There we go. And we might as well just have a little bit of a meditation. So listen, fake listeners, I want you to go find your favorite real pillow. I want you to bring it out here to the middle of the living room. I want you to set it on the floor. And listen to the music and Geez, so what time is it? Oh, it's almost at 8 minutes. He does the weather at about 8 minutes after the hour, right? Okay, so we'll have that coming up in a couple of minutes. But we're gonna focus on our breathing. We're gonna sit on the floor. We can't say Indian style anymore because it's not politically correct. So you have to sit a crisscross applesauce right under your sofa pillow. And I want you to put your hands on the top of your knees, and I want you to point your middle finger down to the center of your palm. And I want you to open up your mind. Holy shit, here comes the weather. I got it, my forecast, so right here on my phone.
On Mitch's Fake Radio, we do weather on the 8th. That means 8 minutes after every hour, we do the weather. Here's Mitch and the weather.
It's not a Mitch, it's a haringe. Cloudy tonight with a low around 18, chance of snow. Tomorrow, partly sunny and a high around 30, 60% chance of afternoon flurries.
For the latest up-to-the-minute forecast, listen to Mitch's Fake Radio. 8 minutes after every hour for the latest forecast with Mitch on Mitch's Fake Radio, right here on Strange Friends Media.
I don't know why he has so much trouble with the forecast. It's a piece of cake. Let's see, where were we? Oh, that's right, we were meditating. We were concentrating on our breathing. That's all right. Just take it in and let it all out. It's a time for your mind to get in touch with your body and your body to get in touch with your soul. Oh, no, Mitch, I'm back. I got my mind from the returnables here. It's just a speedway. I was coming way away. I thought I saw a van up there. Just like yours. Wait, who are you? Who am I? Who are you? My name is Robert, and I am an unpaid intern, and I'm supposed to be here. Ah, you are the Robert I have heard of. Wait a minute, you heard about me? Where did you hear about me? Well, I read a few things under the wall into the bathroom. Well, you sure did, because I wrote them. You say you were to be an intern on any show? Uh-huh. You could be an intern on my show, on a Haringe's Hour of Meditation. Yeah. I would pay you $7. You want to pay me $7? That's like half a Netflix subscription. Did you mean to say a subscription? Yeah, subscription, whatever. It's like Mitch tries to do that shit to me and make me talk way all the time. He's a bullshit boss. Yeah, that the guy, I tell you what, he is a real slacker, that Mitch Gill. He's just a part-timer, you know. He doesn't take this seriously or anything. No. He doesn't even smell very good. No, he doesn't wear Ralph Lauren polo like I do. Take a whiff of this. Oh, okay. Oh, yes, you smell very good. Have you ever meditated before? Well, you know, I've spent some really special time with myself before. One time I was a little kid. I waited in a big field, and wind was blowing, and the grass was waving. Nice. I was looking up at this beautiful sky with fluffy clouds, just like on The Simpsons. Yes. That was really good. Yes, it's a very, very close to meditation. Sit down on the floor, the crisscross tables. Okay. There you go. Yeah, be careful. Watch out for the mic. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Sit down. Yeah, put your hands on the top of your knees. Well, I guess. Touch the base of your hand with your middle finger, like you're a Spider-Man shooting a web. Okay? Yeah, that's very good. Like Spider-Man. Now I want you to think about those clouds. And think about the wind and the grass. And just breathe in and out. Ah, yes, there you go, Robert. You're doing very good. You breathe a little too aggressive. Slow it down a while. Slow it down. Kind of like hitting a hash pipe, right? Yes. Yeah, think about that. Think about being my intern and how much of a dickhead Mitch is. That's no problem at all. He is such a dickhead. I mean, we think about it. Every time he does a weather, he fucks up every time. You nailed it. You like perfect. Thank you very much. I don't know what his deal is. That weather is that piece of cake.
All right, hey, bring it back. Robert,
hello.
Hi, Mitch. You guys are meditating?
Yes.
What the hell's going on here?
I was just meditating with my brand new boss.
Your new boss? What are you talking about?
Yes, we made a little bit of an arrangement.
Yeah.
A Huinge here is going to pay me $7 to be his intern. That's
$7?
half a Netflix subscription.
That's a good deal, right? That's crazy. Robert, did you mean subscription?
Whatever. Subscription.
No, Robert, it's a subscription.
Yeah, look at my mouth, Robert. It's subscription. Now you try.
All right, here we go. Subscription. Now, everybody.
Subscription.
You know, you're going to have to lose that little attitude, you little prick.
Hey, who the fuck is this guy? You call me a prick, Mitch.
All right, listen, Haringe, bring it down a notch. He's not a prick. He's an idiot.
What are you talking
You
about?
might not want to hire him for, say, I don't know, 1 to 9 years or so. I'm working on it.
I'm not a prick. He's a prick.
Thanks for the clarification.
No problem.
So, did you sell your tickets to your little comedy show, and do I get him a cut?
Oh, yeah, hey, Mitch, here's your money for the returnables right here.
yeah. Great.
Here he is.
Thanks, Robert. I appreciate it. I did meet my guy. That went off perfectly without a hitch. And so here's your probably $16.
It's $11.
To buy some incense, right?
You can't pay Haringe in change. Haringe doesn't take change.
Okay, I'm sorry. Here we go. There you go. $16. There you go, buddy. Thanks a lot, pal. I appreciate you filling in for me.
I would have said it was a no problem, but actually it was a giant fucking hassle.
Great.
Listen, you gotta buckle down on the forecast. It's a piece of cake.
Come on, get off my back, bro.
I told you, nobody calls Haringe bro.
Sorry about that.
Well, anyhow, it was really nice meeting you, bro. You son of a bitch. Get over here. Come on.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
okay, hands up,
We got to
hands
take a break. We'll be back on Mitch's Fake Radio. And now a message from the Gluten Free Advisory Board. So, you've taken steps to reduce your wheat consumption. How's it going?
I've cut back on eating wheat, and I'm feeling better and thinking clearer.
I've noticed you don't ask as many questions.
It's like I know exactly how to work the coffee machine and the fax maker.
Marvin, it's
It's the fax machine and the coffee maker. See how fast I corrected myself?
that's great, Marvin. I've also noticed that your belly doesn't stick out quite so far.
I've noticed that too. I had to buy smaller pants. I'm thinking about buying suspenders.
Don't buy suspenders, Marvin.
Why not?
Because I don't think suspenders are sexy, and you're almost sexy, Marvin.
What?
I said you're almost sexy, Marvin.
Oh, I'm almost sexy.
Yes, you too can experience clearer thinking by drastically reducing or eliminating wheat consumption from your diet. Wouldn't it be great to operate home and business small appliances without confusion?
I just pressed send. That's all there is to it.
Good job, Marvin.
And just imagine reducing your protruding and hard belly.
I can almost see my own shoes. Soon I'll be able to tie them.
You're a ways off from that. You better stick with the slip-ons, Marvin.
These are orthopedics for proper posture for people with diabetes. But I don't have diabetes yet.
You're racing towards diabetes, Marvin. Racing towards it!
Find out more by reading the book Wheat Belly by cardiologist Dr. William Davis. Other advantages to living a gluten-free lifestyle? Say goodbye to acid reflux, hypertension, migraines, joint pain, and lose unwanted pounds to achieve your ideal weight. Also, please visit wheatbellyblog.com to learn more.
So do you want to not eat wheat with me at lunch today?
What?
I mean, do you want to have salad with me for lunch? I made extra.
Marvin, did you wash that Tupperware container?
Well, I thought it looked pretty clean anyways.
It's okay, Marvin. I brought grilled chicken, cheese, and some grapes for lunch.
Wait a minute, that's gluten-free. That sounds delicious.
It sure is, Marvin.
And your bowl looks clean, too.
Yes, it's clean, Marvin. It has to be clean every time, Marvin.
I didn't think it's that big a deal.
Big deal, Marvin. It's a really big deal.
Sheesh, I think you should switch the detail.
This has been a message from the Gluten Free Advisory Board. Delete the wheat, live a better life. It's just that simple.
Thank you, announcer guy.
You're welcome.
Mitch's Fake Radio Podcast for the motherfucker in you.
Oh, yeah.
This is so much fun. I love doing this podcast because I get to have fun doing it. It's great. Good times. There's more good stuff coming up. We're going to do Mitch's Kitchen in a little while. That's going to be cool. So stick around for that. Plus, I'll be talking about my comedy show that's coming up tomorrow night at the Brentwood. And I should just go ahead and mention Solid State Live at the Picks, just to let people know about it. It's a great show. The next one that's happening is January 10th. That is a Friday night. They're so much fun. Pix Theater is in downtown Lapeer. It's kitty corner from the historic courthouse, and it happens at 7 p.m. on January 10th. I'm the host. I do some live stand-up. Then I bring out a band, and they play, and the band is, let's see, the band is called Untamed Beauty Acoustic Duo. It's really cool. They're sponsored by a cream rinse company. No, they're not. Yeah, the product is called, oh my God, I can't believe it's cream rinse. No. Okay, so anyhow, come check out Untamed Beauty Acoustic Duo. And the comedian that's coming is actually the same one I've got for tomorrow night. We call her Big Juicy, and she's going to be doing that. She's also very good at clean comedy, so you can bring your family to that show down at the Pix. And I'll try to stop hitting the music stand with my ink pen. So please do that. It's a great time. So we've got comedy and music in 1 hour, and I host it, and it's all free. So get down to the Pix Theater January 10th, and then afterwards, I always go eat chicken wings. I won't buy your chicken wings, but you're welcome to come. Okay? So that's your invitation. Hey, I made a commercial for my podcast. Why don't we play it? It's kind of fun. Do it. Hey, this is Mitch Gill from Mitch's Fake Radio Podcast. The podcast is an exploration of my imagination. I have no idea what will gurgle to the surface once a month. I mean, it could be a conversation with Alexa, like when I told her, Alexa, it's time for you to get in the closet.
Yes, Mitch. Ahoo. I love it when you talk with authority.
Or say when I'm talking to Robert Wojciechowski, my unpaid intern from Gagetown, Michigan. He's fake. Hey,
What are you talking about, Mitch? I stand right here. Can't you see me? Hello?
Robert, don't touch the microphone.
Robert, don't touch the microphone.
Don't you sass me. Or we might hear from Officer Schmitty on the segment I call Audio Cops.
Sir, would you please stand up from the air chair and put your hands on the control board?
I didn't do anything. I'm making a commercial.
Can I see your license and registration to broadcast as a fake DJ?
Plus, there's Mitch's Kitchen, where I actually cook stuff, and Words to Live By that I call For Wisdoms. It's Mitch's Fake Radio Podcast. You can find it on YouTube. Please subscribe and don't forget to click the notification bell. It's an audio-only podcast, and it's 1 hour you will never get back. That's fun. Let people know about my podcast. They're going to play it on the Don't Make This Weird podcast, and maybe Survivor Girl. I don't know if Heather will do that, but that would be cool. Play it on there, and maybe This Is My Brain. Maybe that podcast. A lot of cool podcasts under the Strange Friends Media umbrella. God, it sounds so official. Bunch of people getting together to do some creative, fun stuff. Hey, listen, I wanted to mention when I had Haringe step in and cover my show for a few minutes because I had to go to Speedway, that was not only for the creative aspect of the show, I actually did have to meet a guy at 5:45 p.m. this evening to sell him tickets at Speedway. So it really was honest, and that went off well. I did sell him the tickets. And you're wondering what tickets to what, Mitch? Well, tickets are for Mitch Gill's Get a Room Comedy Club that happens at the Brentwood tomorrow night. And I have a burp. Excuse me. And it's going to be a great show. So come to the show tomorrow night, 8 p.m. at the Brentwood. Tickets are $15. I'd love to have you come see some great comics. We have special guests, Nick Earl and Trevor Tress. And we have feature Megan Coddington Heath, who was actually on last New Year's Eve show. And she's been on one or two others. I just like to have lesbian blondes on my show. I don't know why. And then Big Juicy, Nicole. She's going to be our headliner for tomorrow night. And she's a handful. She's from Flint. And a lot of fun. So please come to the Brentwood tomorrow night. You can call the Brentwood to reserve your tickets at 989-673-2330 and reserve a table of 8 or more. You can buy your tickets right over the phone. And the show is sponsored by Woody's Motel. They're located down, I guess, the west end of town. If you're headed towards Saginaw on the right. I don't know which way is up in Caro because it's not, we don't sit east, north, south, and west. We're cockeyed. It's weird. But anyhow, Woody's is a great motel, updated, clean, beautiful place. And I like to say that they have a family suite that sleeps 7, and that's 3 couples and 1 weird uncle. And that I'm the weird uncle. I'm the 7th wheel, if you will. But you can book rooms at woodies.com or call 989-673-5225. So there you go. Hey, I made a commercial for my comedy show, too. We should play that. Go ahead. Why not? Hi, this is Mitch from Mitch Gill's Get a Room Comedy Club. Join me New Year's Eve at the Brentwood Lanes in Caro and see a great line of funny Michigan stand-up comics with special guests Nick Earl and Trevor Tress, featuring Megan Coddington Heath and our headliner, Big Juicy. You're going to love her. Showtime is 8 p.m. and it's done at 10 p.m., so you can go to a house party or you can rush straight home and go to sleep, like me. Tickets are $15. Get them at the Brentwood at 178 Park Drive in Caro, and call to reserve your table of 8 or more at 989-673-2330. Or you can call me. I deliver 810-441-4710. Sponsored by Woody's Motel in Caro. Book rooms at woodies.com or call 989-673-5225. Come on, let's ring out 2019 together. That's me ringing out 2019. Mitch Gill's Get a Room Comedy Club, New Year's Eve at the Brentwood. It almost kind of sounded like I was squirting out a real runny poop, too. I didn't mean to. It just dawned on me. It's like that I don't know if that translates audibly to the visual, but it really was. I really honestly was standing in the shower ringing out 2019. So come to the show tomorrow night. You know what it is? It's time for shout outs. That's right. This is perfect.
Hey, dude, how you doing? Cool. How's your wife? Oh, you're divorced? Oh, yeah. Well, how are the kids? Oh, that's right. You guys didn't have kids. Right on to the single life. Yeah. Sweet. We'll get together. All right. Yeah. Hey, girl. What's up? How you doing? Good to see you. Hey, thanks for that text. Oh, that wasn't it. You blocked me? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to get you your lawnmower back to you. We'll see if we can fix that, okay? Thanks for loaning it to me. Hey, buddy. Hey, man. How's it going? Hey, sport. How you doing? Ladies, what's up?
Shout outs is the segment where I actually do shout outs to people that I've run across over the last month, some communication through the show. And so here's where I do that. I want to say hi to Bree. She works at Club 24. She served me chicken wings, and I told her about my podcast. I actually held my tip for her in one hand, and while she stood there and listened to me talk about the pod, and then I gave her the tip. So I said, hey, I'll give you a shout out. So when you go to Club 24 to eat, ask for Bree and say, heard about you on Mitch's Fake Radio. And she'll go, what? Would you want smoking or non-smoking? Also, want to say hi to Lori, my next door neighbor. We don't really talk very much, but we had a nice conversation the other day. I approached her while I was listening to singer-songwriter Madison Cunningham. And I'll give Madison a shout out. She's a national artist, but she's just so incredible, man. Search out Madison Cunningham and listen to her sing and play guitar. She's unbelievable. And so I shared her name with Lori, and we had nice conversations. So I told her about my podcast. And her daughter is Savannah. And Savannah was over visiting from Grand Rapids. So hi to Lori and Savannah. And then I saw my friend Serena at Wagatail Doggy Bakery downtown. Saw her today and told her to listen. So I said, give me your card and I'll give you a shout out tonight. So I don't know if I'm missing any other shout outs. I probably am. I feel bad if I did. But that does it for shout outs. And we've got more great stuff coming up right here on Mitch's Fake Radio. So keep it locked in.
We're counting it down. Still 30 minutes to go of nonstop action back to back Mitch. Only on Mitch's Fake Radio. We're at the bottom of the hour. We still have to go all the way to the top of the hour. Guess what that is? That's another 30 minutes of nonstop action back to back Mitch. Only on Mitch's Fake Radio.
All right, so this episode's going pretty good. I wanted to take a second and talk about my podcast and about my stand-up comedy and about my own creativity. That's what it's all about. And it's about me expressing creativity. And I do my best to do that for you and for me. And I kind of feel like I'm in a funny place at 55 years old, starting this podcast and the stand-up comedy. I started that at 50 years old. You know, I don't know where this is going to take me, if it takes me anywhere, which that's okay if it doesn't. If it isn't anything other than those two things, along with DJing weddings, being portals for me to shovel my personality through, because I need that desperately in my life. And that's okay. If that's all it ever gives me, that's fine. But I need it because I'm in big trouble without it. I mean, it was depression for me back in the year 2000. Got out of radio and just slid right downhill. It was pretty dark. But with the help of becoming a wedding DJ and a little Zoloft, picked it right back up. Insurance ran out, came off the Zoloft. I actually was fine because the weddings were helping me survive. So it made a big difference. And on the same vein, I want to talk about Bob Dylan. Saw him in November. And you want to talk about a master of creativity. He is. I mean, he's been doing music one more year than I've been alive. That's when he got famous, was 1963. So he is just amazing with his ability to unleash his creativity, and it just pours out of him. In fact, I've listened to all 62 albums of Bob Dylan's on Spotify. Every one. And I'm never sick of it. I still love it. I can't believe how good the guy is. So that's a great example of unleashing the creativity. He just does it. And I guess I wanted you to know that you should do the same thing. Unleash your creativity. If you haven't done it, do it. Because I think it's amazing. I think it's magic. It's healing. And if you haven't tapped into your creativity, you got to do that soon. You need to draw a picture. You need to learn to play an instrument, write a story, write a poem, sing a song, mold some clay, sew a dress out of a tablecloth, not a vinyl one. I don't suggest that. It's not going to be comfortable.
This is chafing me.
But just do it. Build a box. Yeah, big box with a hinge on the top and a handle. Put a little window in it. Guess what's going in that window? What's right through that window is your creativity. Do it, and do it soon. Do it as soon as you can. And so I don't even know what's coming up next, but I'm pretty sure it's going to have something to do with my creativity. More coming up next on Mitch's Fake Radio. Oh my gosh, look at this. I found other shout outs I forgot to mention. I want to say hi to Candy Ray. She says hello to the show. Cookie, I like to call her. It's the best name for her. And Amanda. Is that her name? Amanda Highness? Is that it? Great show, she says. Sasha, she says, I'm here. Never a dull moment while listening to Mitch. Thanks, Sasha. Brian Herman, nice meeting you during the Don't Make This Weird podcast. He's listening. I got a listener out of that. Man, I'm going to come on your show more often, Tony. Heather, thank you very much. That's very cool. Also, Adam. Adam says he's looking forward to coming to my comedy show tomorrow night. He bought a ticket? I'm so impressed. That's the best. Because I'm not letting him in if he doesn't buy a ticket. Also, Irma Thurman. I got to get Irma back in here. She says, you are my favorite Mitch. Aw, that's cool. Love you, #1 fan. That's nice. So those are some shout outs I forgot to mention. Stick around. More good stuff coming up.
You're listening to Mitch's Fake Podcast.
It's Mitch's Fake Radio, Chris. Chris?
You're listening to Mitch's Fake Radio.
Wow, I still had some shopping to do, so I went to Fashion Square Mall the other day and decided to roll tape while I was there because I thought maybe I'll wind up with something I can use on my podcast. So here we are in the mall. This is kind of nice. I don't go to the mall very often, but it's nice. It's nice to get a slushie or something like that, maybe some popcorn or something. I used to get those big pretzels with the cheese on them. Oh, God. The big chunks of salt. I would just nibble, just like a squirrel, like nibble the salt off them. Oh, it was great.
Hey, get your sense.
Oh, those are nice watches. That's nice.
I got
Look at all those sunglasses. There must be
Come on
hundreds.
over
These
here.
kiosks are really something. They've really,
Looking for a
really
Christmas gift.
blossomed over the.
Get a bottle of cologne.
Excuse me,
Come on over here.
Bernie?
Hey, come here, you.
Bernie. Is that you,
Hey, is that Mitch?
Bernie?
Is that Mitch Gill from Mitch's Fake Radio Podcast on the internet?
Bernie Cumstain.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too.
Yeah, I got this kiosk deal. I got a deal on this thing. I got this for $600 a month.
Jesus,
Fucking
$600.
steal. What are you talking about?
That's a lot of money.
That's a steal.
That's
I'm selling my own cologne. I came up with my own scents.
Oh, really? Well, you smell it first. Go ahead.
All right.
You okay?
Yeah, you know, I created it, but I can't smell that shit. It does not agree with me. It's really for other people.
Other people, didn't you smell it when you were creating it?
Well, you see how it worked out is I picked out a few certain elements there, and I sent it off to a lab in Sri Lanka. And I think there was a little bit of testing on some small animals.
Testing?
There. You know, they came up with some pretty snappy stuff, and they sent it back to me.
Yeah. Snappy, sure. Yeah, smells like a small animal piss. That's what it smells like.
Cologne, get your cologne. My dad's favorite cologne for Christmas. Come on over here. Hey, girls, come here. Hey, get over here. Yeah, come on. It's a tracksuit, sure, but it looks good with my loafers.
Come on, Bernie. Seriously, are you making any money with this kiosk and cologne business?
You know, it's really not really always the point to be making money. Sometimes a guy just needs a place where money can sort of disappear.
Right.
And then he can wind up coming out smelling like a rose.
You know what? You smell like shit.
Hey, come on, take it easy. You know,
hey, come on,
let me
don't
send you home
pour
with
it
a
on
couple
me.
of samples. Here you go. You're gonna smell it right there. Hey, what's the matter with your neck? It looks like you're breaking out in a hive.
Oh my God, look at it. Look, it's the shape of Texas and it's spreading. What the hell's in this cologne?
Let's see. Let's take a look over here.
Is that
This
in a
one
water
says,
bottle?
Formaldehyde, shellfish, and carpet cleaner.
Bernie, I'm allergic to carpet cleaner.
I guess sucks to be you. Get your cologne over here.
What if my
Come on,
throat
come on.
closes?
I guess you can wear it with a little bit of Benadryl. Just squirt a little behind your ears. You know? Don't worry
Benadryl?
about it. Come on, get Dad's favorite cologne for Christmas.
You're going to go to jail for this.
Yeah, I think it's time for you to run along, Mitch. Why don't you go over there to Zoomies or Route 21 or Abercrombie and Mitch or something? Just get the fuck out of here. Come on over
You know
here
what,
and get
Bernie?
your cologne. I got your cologne.
Bernie, I'm going to call mall security on you.
Yeah, I got it. Hey, mall security, this guy's over here causing
going on?
trouble. I think he's about to break out in a rash of violence.
No, I didn't do anything.
Come with me.
No, I didn't do
Yeah, I think that guy's
Stop.
got a knife.
Stop. Hey,
Give me
you're
those
hurting my
colones.
rash.
Give me those samples.
Come on, let go.
Yeah,
I
you're
didn't even do
stealing from me,
anything.
huh?
Come
Yeah.
on, come on.
Guy's trouble.
Let go
I'm
of me.
telling you. Merry Christmas, you filthy thief. Cologne! Come on over here. Get your smelly cologne.
Yeah, that was not a very successful trip to the mall. No thanks to Bernie Cumstain. Cumstain. That's right, it's Jewish. I got to remember that. So I wound up going to Goodwill. I had better luck there. So there you go. More good stuff coming up next on Mitch's Fake Radio.
Try listening to Mitch's Fake Radio with earbuds
Yeah?
while at church.
Okay.
It'll give you something to believe in.
He made me see the light.
Mitch's Fake Radio.
Well, that was fun. Fun little shopping trip there. You know, something I did want to talk about. I heard just a comment the other day that boomers are old people. That's what young people are saying. Baby boomers are old people. Tony agreed. You Gen X piece of shit. I'm not that old. I'm only 55. He's cranking up the middle finger for me in case I can't hear it because my hearing is failing. My left ear cuts out completely to darkness quite often. It's, I think it's because of some gunfire or maybe 30 years of concerts. Okay, I'm getting old. So I guess boomers are old. That was a tough one to swallow. Something else I wanted to bring up. This is a public service announcement for anyone who has a dresser in their home and little kids. This is cautionary because did you know that children die like very often in this country because of dressers? They pull the drawers open and they fall over and crush them and suffocate and kill them. And I saw it on a documentary on Netflix called Broken. They were doing several different segments. One on counterfeit makeup, horrible. One on these dressers falling over. IKEA, they sold I don't know, 129,000 of these dressers. And they've gotten back dozens that people don't know. So they try to sell, they try to sell anchors with these dressers. So please anchor your dresser to the wall with a simple L bracket from the hardware. Ask the hardware, they'll hook you up. But otherwise, watch the Broken documentary series on Netflix. There's more enticing things on the way right here on Mitch's Fake Radio.
Smell that? It smells like another episode of Mitch's Kitchen.
I'm washing my hands. Always got to wash your hands before you cook. This is kind of an impromptu Mitch's Kitchen because I saw Heather, our part-time producer for Mitch's Fake Radio. She was at Walmart and I ran into her and she looked at my cart and she says, I see you're gluten-free shopping. I said, you're goddamn right I'm gluten-free shopping because that's how I eat. So I said, I've got some extra pieces to a turkey. I got a neck. Someone gave this stuff to me. I got the liver, the gizzard, heart. I'm going to get some chicken stock, some organic chicken stock. And I'm going to boil that up and make a soup of sorts. That's what I did and what I'm thinking about doing. And she says, Mitch's Kitchen. I said, well, I'm going to put turnip greens in it and some onion and mushrooms. And there's my shitty cabinets. And she says, sounds kind of Mitch's Kitchen. Mitchy Kitchy. I said, Mitchy Kitchy. I don't know about that. That kind of sounds gay. Not that there's anything wrong with, that, but I don't know about Mitchy Kitchy. I don't know if Mitchy Kitchy could be on a t-shirt someday. Somebody be out walking around wearing that and someone else would look at it and go, what the fuck are you talking about, Mitchy Kitchy? And say, from Mitch's Kitchen, from the podcast, Mitch's Fake Radio. Don't you listen? They go, well, again, what are you talking about? And you'd say, what rock are you living under, brother? You got to get with the program. Listen to Mitch's Fake Radio. It's awesome. I've thrown in the organic chicken stock, and I've got the innards to the chicken there. I'm going to grab a whole onion. And I'm going to cut this. This is a big onion too. I don't care. You know why? Because that's how I roll. I'm going to throw this in here and cut this up. And throw that in and let that boil, cook down for a while. I don't know how long. Guess I'll judge it, keep an eye on it, and then I'm going to separate the meat and get back to cooking it some more. So we'll rejoin in a little while through the magic of Fake Radio. Start the second part of this Mitch's Kitchen in the pot with the boiling juices from my turkey parts and my chicken broth. I wound up finding another can or carton of chicken broth in the cupboard. I threw that in. And this is turning into a soup, and it's really more of a peasant soup because I wasn't going to have very much meat in there. I deboned the neck, chopped that up. It's like a handful of meat. That's it. Chopped up the other parts. And then in the freezer, well, guess what I found? I found some vacuum packed. I grabbed that. Now I'm in the fridge. I'm getting a broccoli crown, a package of white mushrooms, and some turnip greens. I've become a fan of turnip greens in the last year or so because they're really healthy, super cheap. You get a whole bundle of these things at the grocery store for like $1.18. And you can cut these up and put them in salads. You could put them in soups, whatever you want. I'm going to use about half of this whole bundle. I'm going to put this in. Give it all a quick rinse. I know you're supposed to wash your vegetables really good, but give me a break. I'm boiling the hell out of this. If there's any germs on it, it's coming off in the boil. Lighten up, people. It's just food. And we'll cut the ends off of these because it looks a little bit brown down there. I'm going to save this for after I do the broccoli. Quick rinse on the broccoli. That won't take long. The mushrooms won't take long. I can be eating this pretty soon. So I guess I cooked it for about an hour and 15 minutes before I pulled that neck out and let it cool enough to be able to separate the meat. Very tasty. That ham was sweet ham, so it added a nice sweetness to it. And I decided to use cumin just because I've heard about cumin. And so I decided I'm gonna use cumin in something real soon. So this soup is the victim. So I'm just whacking up this broccoli in peasant style. No real method to the madness here. Just a big old rough chop, and I'm throwing it in. A whole broccoli crown. And I'm going to go ahead and cut up my turnip greens. Half the whole bundle, which looks to be about the size of a big head of romaine lettuce. It's peasant soup, man. We're just whacking shit up and having fun. I'm going to throw these mushrooms in. I also want to add a little more salt. I like my sea salt, fresh ground. And of course, I'm the only guy on the internet that uses a coffee grinder for a pepper grinder. And I'm literally going to whack a few of these mushrooms in half. The rest of them are just going in full. And they'll boil and they'll break down a little bit. This is fun cooking. I'm throwing in the mushrooms. The meat's already in there. I have actually added some water because I boiled out some of that stock. It looks insane in this pot. But I think it's going to be tasty. And then at the very end, I'll probably put some butter in it. So there we go. I'm going to let that cook, and we'll join you again for the next portion through the magic of fake radio right here on Mitch's Kitchen. It's done. Let's try it. That's delicious. Yeah, it's pretty fake radio. That boiling was done 15 minutes ago. Had I eaten it that hot, it would have melted my face off.
Excuse me, Lord Fakerton, but could I, Mitch of Caro, also make this peasant soup?
But of course you could. First of all, you'd have to be a peasant. And it looks like you've got that down to a T.
Yes, it's been a rough couple of years ever since my brand new ex-wife left me.
Yes, I see. You would need a pot, preferably not the one you piss in. Chicken stock, turkey pots, ham, onion, broccoli, turnip greens, mushroom, water, salt, pepper, and cumin.
Oh, yes, but you forgot about one special ingredient, and that ingredient is love.
Oh, yes, that's right, love. And you forgot about one more ingredient. Come in closely. Listen closely. Here it is.
Yes?
Get the fuck off my drawbridge, or I'll cut your bloody head off and put it in my soup!
Right, oh, Lord Ferguson. I'll get on my trusty steed and be on my way.
Why, that's not at all a trusty steed. There's a little man behind you with coconuts. You're ripping off Monty Python.
Monty who?
You bastard.
How about that? Character voices inside Mitch's kitchen. I was afraid this was going to happen. He's losing his mind. You've got to try this. Go ahead, make your own version of peasant soup. What have you got to lose? Meantime, I'll catch you next time in Mitch's kitchen. Back to you in the studio, Mitch.
Damn, that was tasty. This has been another episode of Mitch's Kitchen. You're still locked into 60 minutes of nonstop action back to back Mitch. That's right, you've listened to 50 full minutes of Mitch. That means there's 10 minutes left of Mitch. I did the math right here on Mitch's Fake Radio.
I'm still tasting that peasant soup. That was good stuff. It was kind of fun, that little Monty Python thing, wasn't it? It was weird. Meta. Hey, I DJ'd a wedding on Saturday. Good time. A lot of fun. That was for Michael John Mandich Jr. and Anissa. They got married. Very nice family. Third time I've worked for that family. And at the end of the night, father of the bride came up, shook my hand. He said, "Another fabulous job, Mitch. We'll call you when the next one gets married." That's pretty nice. Made me feel very good. And you know what? By gummy, I forgot one more shout out. I want to say hi to Stephanie. I constructed a portable iPhone holder or phone holder for her photography, so she can set it up. It's like a self-standing selfie stick. It's very cool. It's out of an old IV stand, a portable IV stand for the dying person on the go, and it's really cool. So that's for Stephanie. I want to say hi to my brother Jeff and his wife Dawn. They're staying with Balls and me for a couple of days, so that's really nice. And man, am I tired. I'm coming off of a long weekend. I thought I'd mention that just for the heck of it. A little switch up at work. I got moved to a different house. I work at Lighthouse, and that's my day job. So my schedule's been a little different. So I worked Saturday, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m., rushed home, washed 3 sinks and 2 toilets, and then split for Ubley Heights in Ubley, Michigan to do that wedding, and then got home and went to bed. I was laying in bed at 1:35 a.m., got up and was back at work at 6 a.m. Sunday and worked until 11 p.m. Yeah, I'm 55. And guess what else? I'm gluten-free, motherfucker. So I can handle that kind of shit. That's right. I had gas in the tank when I was done, too. So I'm just saying, gluten-free, baby. It's the way to go. So listen, please come to my comedy show tomorrow night. It's going to be great at the Brentwood. Showtime is 8 p.m., and I will have it promptly finish at 10. So you can get out of there and you can go to a house party, go get laid or whatever, or go straight home and go to sleep like I'm going to. Because I like to sleep in the new year when I've wrung out the old one. Great time. Run down the next gigs for you for Mitch Gill's Get a Room Comedy Club. February 14th, which is Valentine's Day. Perfect. And then March 21st and April 25th. So be sure to get a date and come to that Valentine's Day. Because like I like to say, fastest way into your date's panties is through their laugh hole. You fill that, you're in there, pal. See how I made that work for both male and female? I didn't sexualize it and, make it all, I like un-Me Too that movement right there. Speaking of movements, I'm going to have to do one of these after the show. I've been eating good in the neighborhood, let me tell you. It's treating me right, people. A lot of salads, a lot of greens, avocado. You know what I had for lunch today? 3 romaine lettuce boats with some honey-baked ham. We get a ham every year at Lighthouse. So I put some ham in it. I cut up avocado in it. I put some capers. Do you like capers? I love capers. I put the capers on it, fresh ground salt, fresh ground pepper out of my pepper grinder. And they were delicious. I ate those. I also ate some raw broccoli. Yep. And a couple of chips with some Asiago cheese dip. Spinach avocado. No, wait, spinach. Okay. Hour's almost done. This has been a lot of fun. We got to do for wisdom still, right? Do you want to just go ahead and do for wisdoms? We could do for wisdoms. Let's just do it. For wisdoms. Time now for words to live by from Mitch. They're actually fake words to live by, fake words of wisdom. We could almost call them for wisdoms. Yes, it's time for wisdoms from Mitch. I like to do these because I'm old. Boomers are old and I'm old. And so I know a lot of stuff. What do you call it? What do you do at New Year's? New Year's resolutions? They're bullshit. Don't do it. Work hard. Don't be a dick. Don't fuck up. I think that's a great way to end the year and end on a good note. Just have a great year. That was Words to Live By from Mitch. For wisdoms. That's right. That's what we called them, was for wisdoms. Please join us next time for more for wisdoms from Mitch. Completely made up for wisdoms. But I like it. I think it's a great word. It could become a popular thing. Who knows? That's going to about wrap up this show, this episode 19 of Mitch's Fake Radio. Been a year and a half doing this. I can't believe it. And almost every show when I sit down with my executive producers, Heather Edgington and Tony Bradley, we sit in the studio and they just smile and nod. And sometimes Heather has to bend over and contain laughs. And that always makes me feel good. It's like I'm doing something right. When I make Heather almost pass out, I'm doing something right. But we sit here every month and do this. And then at the end of the hour, we go, man, that's the fastest hour ever. That's like the Solid State Live at the Pix. Another fast hour. I have 2 super fast hours a month. My podcast and Mitch's Fake Radio. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for listening each month to this. I really do appreciate it. Please continue to listen in the year 2020. Isn't that weird? 2020? Every once in a while, I'll write an old date down. I'll write like June 6th, 1989. What the fuck happened? I just wrote 1989. What was that all about? Let's see. I was fat, almost alcoholic. I was working 35 hours on the radio and about 52 hours a week at a pizza joint back then. And why would I go back there to write that date down? But it just kind of blows my mind. But now we're going to have to start writing 2020. That's weird. I'm not doing it. I'm not going. No, I like the teens. The teens were. Did you guys have fun in the teens where they were getting nods? Good. Of course it was. That's when they started doing Mitch's Fake Podcast. It's like everything got better after that. I was telling Tony the other day, I said, you're about to take off, buddy. Things are going to take off for you. You're going to come into your own here real soon. It's going to be a coming of age story for Tony. But no, you're doing a lot of good things here with Don't Make This Weird podcast. This is My Brain, Survivor Girl, Mitch's Fake Radio, and I don't know what else you have cooking, some other good things coming. a lot of cool podcasts under the Strange Friends Media Group umbrella. And I said, I think that you're about to bust wide open. I said, I certainly hope it's my podcast. Then after making that statement, I realized, boy, it was kind of cold. I sort of threw the other podcasts under the bus. But anyhow, there we go. So it's been a great year. Happy New Year to you. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night at the Brentwood for Mitch Gill's Get a Room Comedy Club. I'm out.